Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and we are going over the blue reveals for Dragon Ball Super Fusion World Set 6 Rivals Clash. And man, I am getting put through the ringer, and I don't really know if I can make it. JK, I can definitely make it. Why? Because I'm built different. But if you really wanted to help, all you need to do is like that video, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and if you want to go the extra mile for support, go into that description, check out my Patreon, and join the $1 tier. It all adds up, and it really helps support the brand. Now, let's get into the reveals. So, my usual MO, we are doing a quick refresher on the leader so it can stay fresh in your head while we go over these new cards. We've got the Son Goku childhood leader. I love Dragon Ball, like DB, original Dragon Ball, so this is going to be special, and I'm looking forward to building this leader. We basically got a when attacking, draw one card, and then when he's at 4 life or less, you draw one card and you flip this card over for his awakening. His awakening is Son Goku childhood, of course, still 20k power. When attacking, draw one card and activate main once per turn. Discard one card from your hand during this turn. The next time you use an extra card with an original cost of 2 or less, you don't have to pay the cost. Now, the cool thing about this is there's a lot of 2 cost extra cards that we've seen and we're about to see. However, this also is going to pertain to cards that we already had in the game, such as Gallic Gun and Final Hope Slash, and a couple more too. So this is going to be pretty awesome. Now, I wish he kind of did something with Absolute Lightning, because the more and more I'm looking at this Broly deck, the more and more I feel like Absolute Lightning is now going to be a 3 of or so staple in all blue decks, but we'll get to that in further deck text both here and on the Patreon. Now, that being said though, we are going to go into the first card here. That is the Announcer card. He is a 1 cost 5k power, 5k combo power. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 non-announcer card with the cost of 4 or less in World Tournament and his special traits, and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of their owner's deck in a random order. This is good because essentially this will pick up anything in your deck minus a super combo or a secret rare. So realistically, yeah, we're here for that. We're here for that. We're all here for that. Now, the next thing that we have here is going to be Son Goku childhood. 3 cost, 25k, 0k combo power, critical, and then on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. 3 cost, 25k are decent stats, but they work best against an unawakened leader. I mean, they will draw a 10k from your opponent's hand, but and critical will always draw a card from your opponent's hand. So you know what, this may actually be cool, but we do have to realize that there are going to be a lot of extra cards in this deck, and adding in extra 0 costs or 0k combos may not be the move for trying to stay alive. So yeah, we do need to kind of pay attention to that. But that being said, fun art, and Goku using his tail as a helicopter to avoid a ring out in the World Tournament, all-time peak scene. Next we got the normal. Normally I don't actually put vanillas in here. Really, there has to be a reason. They have to fit an archetype, like in the yellow video yesterday, or they just have to be an absolute pog champ, smelly champion like Bacterian. This dude's special move would definitely not fly in today's climate for a child show. It was actually just pretty disgusting. But the point is, this guy is, yeah, he's just there. He's just there. He's a 1 cost. Next, we have got Bulma. And I actually, right before we go to Bulma, I just want to say, if we get if we get a vanilla in the TP, please let it be Bacterian. If there is ever going to be another vanilla winner's card, let it be Bacterian. Okay, now going to Bulma, 1 cost, 5k combo power, 5k power. On play, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 extra card or a with a cost of 2 or less, and add it to your hand, and then place the rest at the bottom of their owner's deck in a random order. This will fish out any extra card from the deck, but also, once again, it'll also fish out things like Gallic Gun, things like Final Hope Slash. Now, I'm not quite sure if I want to start searching for extras, because we're playing a combo out of our hand that can easily be removed to find a 0k. But we shall see. Again, we need to be able to look at all these cards, sit down with them, and then put together decks and get some testing in. Now looking at some of the retro support, we actually have Vegeta Mini DA. This is a 5 cost, 35k power, 0k combo power card. This is on play. If your leader is Vegeta Mini DA, draw 3 cards, which is hilarious. Then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and reduce its cost by 5 for the turn. So this is going to be interesting in a lot of ways, because if you are on 6 energy, which is, you know, kind of starting to get late game for blue, this guy is going to come down. He is going to draw you 3 cards, and then he's going to allow you to bottom deck a 6-drop and then attack your opponent. for 35k. So mind you, like literally mind you, if you were playing against red, which may or may not have a place next set, because I don't know, man, it's looking kind of weird, your opponent could play UI Goku and you can respond to it by playing this Vegeta mini, bottom or reducing the UI Goku to 1, then using your last energy to bottom deck said UI Goku with your leader, and then you can attack for 35k to see if you can get rid of their negate. You know, that's actually just pretty wild. I think that's actually wild. It's a shame that this guy is just a rare, but I'm not gonna hold you. If any card in this leg list just strikes me as a random TP winner variant, it's actually this card. I think it's this card. So the next card that we have here is Ranfan, and this is actually very interesting. This is what I call Blue's Whis. You know what I mean? You'll see what I mean. It's 1 cost, 10k combo, or 10k power, 5k combo power, like Whis. But activate main once per turn. If your leader is Son Goku Childhood, choose up to 1 battle card from in your opponent's battle area and reduces cost by 1 for the turn. So this is a card that you're going to want to stick on the board pretty much the entire game, but it's definitely a card that your opponent's going to want to remove, because once per turn off the rip, level manipulation is very, very good for blue, and I think they were really thinking that this is a strong effect when they decided to keep it leader locked. Now the next card we have here is Giran. This is Giran's Merry-Go-Round Gum, and this is a pretty cool card. 2 costs extra, activate main, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand, then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and reduces cost by 2 for 1 turn. Now this is kind of weird, because essentially what you're doing to play this for free is you are playing this card, well, you're discarding a card, so that's already a -1. Then you're playing this card, that's a -2. Then you're gonna draw 2, so you're break even, and then you're minusing 1 by discarding. So it's an overall -1, and then you will likely need to neg another one to play the card that's going to capitalize off of the reduction. So realistically, this is kind of a -2 card no matter what you do. It's just filtering, and I think that's really bad economics. However, hear me out, this may be an instant add in a deck like Vegeta, like Daima Vegeta, who you could just pay 2 to draw 2 and discard 1. So at this point it's a break even. You play it from hand, you draw 2, you discard 1. I didn't want to put up my other hand, but yeah, you can have 5 cards in hand, you play this card, you draw 2, you discard 1, making it a break even in hand to then minus something by 2 costs so that your leader can then tap 1 and then bottom deck it. So yes, you don't add any forward progress, but you're gonna filter through your deck and then minus a 3 or put a 3 cost at the bottom of the deck, and there's a lot of good 3 costs. So I do think that Vegeta Daima could use this card more effectively perhaps than Goku. We'll see. The next card is more retro support. This is Piercing Sword of Light. It's a 1 cost card. It says activate main if your leader is Vegito. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with cost 4 or less and sand in its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest in the owner's drop. Now I think this is actually pretty cool. Yes, you're adding a 0k to your hand, but there's a lot of things you can get from this. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This card probably looks better on paper than it may be in practice, because what you can pick up from this, you can pick up your Vegito 4 cost that can pop itself to go into other Vegitos. You can pick up your Goku or Vegeta SRs from set 5. You can pick up your Vegito Floodgates. You can pick up your Gohan bottom deck 2s, you know, your Sicklehans. But what you can't pick up, your super combos, your Pilafs, your Videls, your Saviors, there's a lot of cards that will go to the trash that you might want in hand. So I'm not quite sure about how I feel about this card. I think that this card is good maybe, but what it can put into your trash may not be worth it. But that being said, for 1 energy, you will be able to hopefully pick up a good card and put 3 cards in your trash. This card as the extra, and then the 2 cards you don't pick. And if you don't get any cards, if you whiff the entire thing, I guess you're paying 1 energy to go neg 1 in hand, and then you're dropping 4 cards in there. So I'm not mad. Like 4 is in all 3 of the cards you picked up with this, and then this card. So it gets you closer to that. And in that regard, maybe it is a really good card for the deck, because 4 do that twice, and then you only really have to use 1 more mill effect, and then you're good to go. So Now, the next card we have here is actually going to be the World Tournament Arena. And the World Tournament Arena is just a field card, a 2-cost field card. This is Activate Battle, discard 1 extra from your hand, and switch this card in your battle area to rest mode. Your cards that are in battle gain plus 15k power for the battle. Now, there are a couple things I like here. 1, you can play this for free off of your leader if you awaken. 2, you don't have to use this on your leader, much like, you know, High School Goku can do that. You know, High School Goku or Satan City Goku or Halo Ku or Dead Ku or Rip Ku, he has to protect himself. This can protect other things. However, you have to discard 1 extra from your hand and switch this card to rest mode. I personally, if it were me though, I would have liked this if this was like a TOP arena and only gave 5k, but you had to reveal an extra card in your hand. Reveal a 2-cost or lower extra card in your hand, tap this card, give something 5k. I think that would have been really cool, but this is actually negging from your hand every time you do it. You have to get rid of an extra just to use this effect, and that can get a little cumbersome. The next card we have here is the Dodon Wave. Now this is pretty interesting. 2-cost, activate battle, your turn, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 5 or less in your opponent's battle area, and then return it to its owner's hand. So that Vegito level bounce. And then if there is a battle card with a cost 4 or more in your battle area, cough cough TNSR, then your cards that are in battle gain plus 10k power for the battle. So this is pretty cool. Some soft removal, and then on top of that, a 10k boost. If you have TN on the board and you are awakened, you can bring back Dodon Ray and something else. Like you can play TN, bring back Dodon Ray and another card, activate your leader ability, discard the card you don't want to use, and use Dodon Ray. And when you swing with the TN, and you can bounce something in the hand and hit your opponent with a 40k crit, which is very, very nice at that stage of the game. A 40k crit isn't something you want to ignore, and it's not something your opponent can just be like, oh, I'll take that. They have to drop a super combo plus, or they have to drop 3 cards to get out of, and I think that's very nice math. Next we have Wolfang Fist, and this is a little questionable to me. 2-cost, activate main, draw 1 card. Then if there is a battle card with cost 2 or less in your opponent's battle area, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less in your battle area, and it gains critical for the turn. Now, this card in practice may actually be better than I'm thinking, but I've just seen too many loops that you have to go through. So you discard 1 to make this free. You play this, you're neg 2, you're gonna go plus, or you're gonna get a card, so you're gonna be technically neg 1, but then you have to have your opponent having a cantrip or a 2-cost on board, which is not the hard part, but then you also have to have a 3-cost or less in your battle area, which probably isn't gonna be hard. The Nom, the crit, there's going to be the Jackie Chun, the Krillin, there's going to be things that you have in your battle area. So this isn't too many hoops, it's just that like, there could be something wrong. Your opponent could have only boss monster gas on the board, and then you could basically have your late game on the board and not be able to fully use this effectively. So I think that kind of is a little weird if you ask me. And now we are finally at the grand shebang, and that is the Son Goku Childhood. This is a 5-cost, 35k double striker who says on play during this turn, the next time you use a non-field extra card with a original cost of 2 or less, after activating the skill, activate that extra skill again. This is very, 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 very cool. This secret rare, I think, is something special. Now, the first thing I'm going to point out is a lot of people are going to ask this. There's a difference between activating the card a second time and activating the extra skill a second time. Skill is not cost. And if you guys want to like correct me in the comments, let me know, because I'm always willing to have a dialogue. And but I'm pretty sure skill is not cost. If it said activate the card again, you would have to pay the cost a second time and then do that. Because it's saying activate that card's skill and not the cost, you pay the cost once. If it says discard a card semicolon or discard a card colon, do an effect, you would just discard a card and then activate the effect a second time after the first time resolves. Now, when this comes to certain cards like Gallic Gun, Scissors Rock Paper, you're going to activate that card. You're going to gain the power, or choose where the power goes. That power is applied. Then you're going to have your hand check to see if it's 7. You're going to draw a card, and then you're going to activate that effect again, giving another power up, and then checking your hand again. So when it comes to shotguns, this guy's going to be insane. Let's say you discard a card with your leader, and then you attack with this guy for game. His double strike versus 2 life. You can combo your entire hand and then activate rock, paper, or scissors, rock, paper for free, giving this guy 25, putting him up at a 50k. Then what's going to happen is that you're going to draw a card because you have at this point no cards in hand. Then it's going to activate that effect again to give him another 25k power. Check your hand, you're at 1, and then you're going to draw another card. And if those cards have combo power, throw them on too. This guy may provide some of the hottest, hardest shotguns in the game, and I'm here for it. That's tight. It's really cool to see that this guy actually may swing as hard, if not harder, than Broly in his own deck, like the SCR Broly. But we have 2 hard-hitting SCRs, and I hope this kind of opens the floodgate. Now that we have 2 double striking SCRs, maybe next set, if we get like, you know, Goku's newest form from Daima, that'll be a double striker, or maybe even a triple striker. We'll see. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this deck a lot. I really do like the idea of playing just, I think Blue's still strong. Even if we were to lose Pilaf, I think Blue's pretty strong still. I think this deck actually may be one of the better ones in the set, and I'm pretty excited to go forward from here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'm super excited to start another dialogue. We are cranking these videos out because, like I said, I'm going to be on top of them, unlike last time. Sick or no, no sleep or no, we're pushing through. Gundam drops out of nowhere, no. But yeah, right before we get to the end, while I'm still working on these graphics, I do want to give a special shout out to the people that, like I always state, give the extra oomph and help support my brand. And so thank you to the BRs, the Brother Bears, the Bryce R's, the Christopher V's, the Dallas S's, and the Danielle N's of the world. You guys are my realm of Xers. That's my top Patreon tier, and I thank you for it. And like I said, all you gotta do to support me is really like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to go the extra mile, join that $1 tier in the Patreon. And as we get further into this cycle, I'm going to be putting more and more exclusive content on the Patreon channel, and this time I'm not trying to get my second channel monetized, so I'll actually be able to double, triple, quadruple down on that. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.